So I wanted to play on the foam roller today. There's a lot of things you can do with a foam roller, but my absolute favorite thing to do on the foam roller is to simply just lay on it from head to tailbone. I find that it helps make me feel a little bit taller and release the tissues along the spine. So we're going to start there today and do a couple of other small things on the run. So that being said, you need at least a 36-inch roller. The short ones aren't going to be long enough for your whole body. We're going to get on nice and easy. So as you sit on the foam roller, you want to make sure that your hips or your tailbone is down near the edge of it. Engage your abs. Use your hands on the floor. You're going to roll back nice and slow. So your head should be on the foam roller and your tailbone should be on the foam roller. There we go. From here, we're gonna put ourselves into home position. So our feet are about 2 fists width apart, about 1 foot to 1.5 foot from our hips. Big toe ball, little toe ball, and heel are pressing down into the floor. My tailbone is nice and flat on the foam roller. I'm thinking of knitting my ribs and sending them down towards the foam roller. My shoulder blades are at my side, and that ridge in the back of my head is reaching down, so my chin's a little bit tucked. From here, you can have your hands out in a T with the palms up. If you want to stretch the pec, you can have them facing down. If you want to stretch for the back of the shoulder or tricep area, or you can have them down by your side, wherever's comfortable for you, wherever feels appropriate for your body. But I like to just hang out here and breathe for a little bit. So practice breathing in through the nose, expanding the side ribs, and out through the mouth. I'm just noticing how your body feels on the foam roller, noticing where there's tension, where there's not tension, noticing if you're holding yourself up in one place or another, and letting that just gently melt. You may also notice there's certain spots of your spine that feel a little bit more engaged with the foam roller than other parts. And it's just all information. It's not good or bad. It's just noticing. And noticing what shifts, noticing if certain tissue starts getting a little bit softer, or if it doesn't feel quite as, pokey underneath the foam roller and that sort of thing. So just breathing and noticing how easy your breath is, or maybe how challenging it may be if you're breathing shallow or not. And from here, I like to do some pelvic tilts. So I'm going to inhale through my nose, expanding my ribs. On the exhale, I'm going to co-contract first, and then pelvic tilt, just curling that tailbone under, flattening the low back a little bit. I'm going to inhale as I come back to a flat tailbone. And then I'm going to exhale, co-contract, and I'm going to curl my tailbone away, arching the back a little bit. Still trying to keep these ribs knitted and from flaring. I'm going to inhale back to neutral, and exhale, curling under, so coming into a pelvic tilt north. Inhale neutral, and exhale south. So go ahead and do a few of those in your own breath timing. Noticing if you're wanting to press into one leg more than the other. If your toes are starting to want to fall out, and your knees are starting to want to fall out. Notice how easy or challenging it may be to maintain your balance while you're on the foam roller. Good, coming back to a neutral spine. We're going to do some arm circles. So some people feel like they need to widen their feet a little bit in order to maintain their balance on the foam roller. If you need to do that, go for it. But if you can stay in home position, that would be even better. You're going to engage your inner thigh a little bit more. You're going to maintain that co-contraction a little bit longer. That's going to be ideal. We're going to bring our arms straight up towards the ceiling. From here, so I'm keeping those lower ribs in and making sure that's staying nice and connected to the foam roller. And I'm making sure my co-contraction is engaged, so that my abs are staying nice and engaged. My belly button's reaching down. From here, I'm going to breathe as comfortably as possible. I'm going to draw my shoulder blades down towards my back pockets as I float my arms overhead. And I'm only going to float my arms as far as I can keep these ribs connected, so I'm not going to flare out Okay? From here, I'm going to turn my palms up towards the ceiling, and I'm going to come out to a T. And I'm keeping my arms lifted. I'm not going to drop my arms down towards the floor. I'm going to keep them in the socket, so kind of at a 45-degree angle to the torso. From here, I'm going to turn my palms in and bring them down towards my hips. And then I'm going to float them back up towards the ceiling. So I'm going to check in with my body real quick. I'm going to make sure my tailbone's flat, my co-contraction's lifted, my lower ribs are reaching down, that ridge in the back of my head is reaching down towards the foam roller as well. I'm going to breathe in naturally, and I'm going to draw my shoulder blades down and wide as I float my arms overhead, keeping the ribs down. I'm going to come out to a T, palms up. I'm going to draw my palms down towards my hips, and then up towards the ceiling. So drawing the shoulder blades down and wide, making room for the arm bone to come overhead, keeping those ribs down, turning the palms up as I come out to a T, keeping the arms at a 45 to the torso, and then turning the palms in as I come down towards my hips, and up towards the ceiling. Good, keep those abs engaged, tailbone flat, ribs down as I float overhead, out to a T, down towards the hips, and up towards the ceiling. We'll do one more in this direction. I'm drawing my shoulder blades down and wide as I bring my arms overhead, keeping those ribs down, coming out to a T, down towards my hips, and up towards the ceiling. And now I'm going to switch directions. I'm going to draw my hands down towards my hips. I'm going to turn my palms up towards the ceiling as I come out to a T. I'm going to draw my shoulder blades down and wide to make room for my arms to come up overhead. If I don't draw my shoulder blades down and wide, I can't get my arms up because they're running into my shoulder blade. So if I draw the shoulder blades down, then I have room for my arms to come overhead. From here, I'm going to continue to draw my shoulder blades down. I'm going to keep my ribs down as I bring my arms up towards the ceiling. So I'm coming down towards the hips, palms facing in. I'm going to turn my palms up towards the ceiling as I bring them out to a T. I'm going to draw my shoulder blades down as I bring my arms overhead, and continue to draw my shoulder blades down as I bring them up towards the ceiling. Down to the hips, out to a T. Draw those shoulder blades down to come overhead. Continue to draw those shoulder blades down as you come up towards the ceiling. So my ribs are still knitted, my abs are still engaged. I'm coming down towards my hips, out to a T. Draw the shoulder blades down to come overhead. Continue to draw the shoulder blades down to come up towards the ceiling. One more. Bring the palms down, out to a T. Draw the shoulder blades down to come overhead. Continue to draw the shoulder blades down to come up towards the ceiling. Good, we're going to let our arms come down. We're going to very slowly and gently roll off the foam roller. This never looks graceful. And we're going to take a moment to just feel how our spine and our back feels now that we're not on the foam roller. You should feel a little wider, a little flatter, a little longer. Have a little bit more ease of mobility. Good. From here, we're going to do some hip stretches. So I'm going to take my foam roller and I'm going to place it under my bent knees. From here, I'm going to take an in-breath. I'm going to exhale, co-contract, pelvic tilt. I'm pushing into my feet and rolling up to into my bridge. As I'm in my bridge, I'm going to use my hands to pull the foam roller underneath my tailbone. I'm going to hold on to the foam roller with both hands. From here, I'm keeping my abs engaged. I'm going to exhale and draw my legs one at a time up into the chest. And from here, I'm just going to rock back and forth into the fleshy part of the hip. So you feel it, glute medius, piriformis. You might find some tender spots. You might want to hang out there and give it a little extra attention. Once that feels nice and good, you're going to continue to holding on with the foam roller with the right hand. You're going to take your left hand and draw your left knee straight into your chest. From here, I'm going to extend my right leg straight up towards the ceiling, pointing the toe if I can. And I'm going to pelvic tilt north just the tiniest little bit, just enough to keep those abdominals engaged, keep the everything in alignment. And then from there, I'm going to think of reaching through my foot as I lower the leg down a little bit at a time. Now I'm only going to lower it down until I feel a stretch in the front of the hip. I'll do the other side. I just realized I did the wrong side for being visible. And then we're just going to hang out there. and breathe. So I'm lengthening as I lower till I feel a nice, gentle, easy stretch, no pain. Keep my belly button reaching down towards the spine. Good. And as you feel the tissue softening, if it does, you can sink a little bit further into it. But don't rush it. It's not important. Good. And when that feels nice and stretched, you've done 3 to 5 breaths at least, I'm going to engage my abdominals, and I'm slowly going to bring my leg back up to center. And then I'm going to bend my knee into my chest. I'm going to bring my left hand back down to the foam roller. I'll bring my right hand to my right knee. So you don't ever want to completely let go of the foam roller because it will potentially slide out from underneath you. It's happened. It's not a fun feeling. So I've got my right knee reaching in towards my chest. I'm going to extend my left leg straight up towards the ceiling. Now if you can't get a completely straight leg, that's okay. If your hamstring's tight and a bent knee, that's okay. But we're thinking of heading in that direction, of trying to lengthen the leg as much as possible. And then from there, I'm going to lower the leg down. Again, abs are engaged. I'm curling my tailbone just a little bit. And I'm lowering as I'm reaching the leg away. Until I feel a nice, easy stretch in the front of the hip. And breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Keep this stretch nice and gentle. You may notice that you feel a stretch here or here. Just hang out there. It's not about going as far as you possibly can go. It's about taking the time to open up the tissue in the front of the hip. So don't force it. Don't go to the point of pain. Don't go to the point where it feels like you're tearing something. That's just not worth it. And keep breathing. As the tissue begins to soften, if you notice it opens up, you don't feel much of a stretch anymore, then go a little bit further. And after you've done a few breaths, you're going to engage your abdominals, bring that leg up nice and slow, and draw the knee into the chest. Bring your right hand back down to the foam roller. On your next exhale, you bring your legs one at a time back down to the floor. You'll inhale, exhale, co-contract, float back up into your bridge. Roll the foam roller out from underneath you. And then on your next exhale, lowering yourself down one vertebrae at a time. All right. Hope that feels good for you guys. And thanks for watching.